My wife definitely knows the difference because I spend more time with her. My son obviously knows the difference because I can spend more time with him as well. And yeah, I think it's because I'm more present. When I'm with the family, I'm more present, and I've got a smile on my face as well. I mean, I've always been quite a happy person, but there were some dark times where I was extremely stressed and not particularly happy. And yeah, now I'm in a much better place mentally, so it's good. I was overworked, overstressed, and I was getting to the point where people were paying me late. I was getting to the end of the month and I was thinking, hang on a minute, I'm working my socks off here and I've got nothing to show for it. Also had a son that was born about 5 years ago, and from that point kind of onwards things became a little bit more tricky in terms of time management, and I burnt myself out a couple of times. So I realised that something needed to change. It was tough because I was working late evenings, I was working all afternoon at the weekends, and I was getting up early, 5 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday just to work. It was unmanageable, completely untenable long term, and yeah, it was tough. I was juggling too much and I had no organisation in my business. Yeah, Chris definitely holds me accountable. I mean, that's the key thing, and obviously I have to pay him a fee for the coaching, but I always find that when you're paying for something, there's a little bit of pain there, and you need that pain to make you take things seriously. And having that accountability and that kind of regular contact with Chris, it really helps me set time aside to work on my business as opposed to just kind of head down and scurrying away in my business. If I'm going to grow my business, it can't all be about me. There is a phrase like get out of your own way, and I've managed to do that. Just this week I've hired my first full-time employee, and then I've outsourced a lot of tasks as well. So now I'm actually building a business around me as opposed to me being the business and being the sole person. I'm actually taking holiday for one of the first times, a proper holiday for the first time in probably about 12 years. Well, the biggest impact is finding people to support my business. So once I've got on top of my numbers, which I have, just understanding, okay, right, if I can kind of free up my time, rather than focusing on doing the work, I can outsource parts of the work, and then I can focus on what really matters to grow the business, which is sales. Because I've realised that my strength is sales and communication and mixing with people and meeting new people. I have no problem with that. And my weakness is, the organisation side and the actual, I guess, the admin side and everything else. So the things that, I don't particularly enjoy and the things that I consider my weakness are what I've outsourced, and I focus more on my strengths. I'd say turnover's probably about 200% up. So it's really, transformed my business really. Just profitability has obviously gone up considerably as well. That's probably gone up, I would say, about 50%. Extremely excited because, as I say, this is the first time in 12 years I can take a holiday. And it's just, because I've got my team in place, I've got all my processes in place, I've got money coming in on time, I've got my, my finances are now, kind of clear, and I've got visibility over my business. Now I can actually kind of sit back and sort of take some time off to think about, right, okay, what's good, what's next for the future, and a bit of strategy sort of thing. So it's that accountability and making sure that, every week we have our or every other week we have our meeting, and every time I go away with actionable tasks that are not something that I can't achieve. It's actionable, I get it done, and then he makes me accountable the next meeting, and yeah, it's completely changed my business.